What's up, RC4 squad? Mike back with an upgrade video. So everybody knows that I love these Garage Life lipo straps. I get the 300mm length ones and I install them on all my 3S, 4S cars, my 8S Outcast, the Team Corrali, the Sledge. Most of my cars have these battery straps at this point. When I first got my Kraton 4S V2, I broke these battery straps like crazy. Since then, they've made some adjustments to them and they have these like plastic things on them, but still I break them and I'm over it. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I install these into these 3S, 4S chassis because these slits are just real thin and these things are beefcakes, guys, like top of the line. And one of the biggest questions I get is about how I get these things in here, because anytime somebody says something about battery strap problems, I always recommend these Garage Life Kevlar non-slip straps. And again, 300mm is the length. This will all be linked in the description of the video. So, I mean, you don't have to have the truck apart to install these things like that. And I'm going to go ahead and pull off this one side guard just so we can get in there and see a little better for camera purposes. But generally, I don't take off the side guard or anything like that. I don't do anything to the truck. I just do what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So let me get this side guard off and let me get these battery straps out and I'll be back. Okay, guys, so we're back. As you can see, I got this side guard off and I got the straps out, and as you can also tell, guys, with the holes back here, this is the newest version V2.5 4S chassis that they make. This one's actually a Kraton 4S V2.5 just as a spare. Now, a lot of people complain about this setup, and I do too because I break it all the time. I really like this idea of this plastic piece, the way it sits down on the battery and the wires can go through it. I'm not going to do it in this video, but I think I'm going to see if there's a way that like I can install, I guess I should have cut it off now, but a way that I can cut this like this so that I can still use these. I mean, obviously it would be around the battery like that and still have the wires in there. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I am definitely going to be trying this out real soon because I have a couple of these battery straps laying around that are able to cut this Velcro off of it and just feed this down through with this big piece of metal. I don't think it's going to have much of a problem holding in there. I mean, I don't think it's gonna pull through. Like, well, maybe it will, but I guess if you're using it correctly, it should still work out fine. So that's another video later down the road, guys. So okay, so the problem with this is these straps are so thick in comparison. And as you can see, holding them side by side, I mean, there's just nothing to the stock ones, unlike these Kevlar ones. So when you go to stick these things through this hole, they fit through there, but the problem becomes this slit here, and it's supposed to go down this side and then back through and up here, and then it can run across the battery tray and out here and around. So this is the problem, and it's a real simple fix, at least I think so. I just get me a nice razor knife with a nice sharp blade. Now be careful, guys, because I don't want you to cut yourself doing this. And I just cut this groove out with a razor knife. You can kind of, I don't know if it's coming out on video or not, but you can kind of see some discoloration there, and that's pretty much what I use. And I just take my razor knife and I just cut my groove on the ends, keeping it the same width. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but then after I do that, I can come in and just start slicing this stuff away. It's actually way easier to cut this stuff than what you think with a nice blade. And I just open this thing up so that I can, until I can get a strap in here. Usually don't take too much. And don't get me wrong, guys, when you have your car put together, it is a lot harder to wiggle it around. Just take your time. Make it look nice and clean. As you can already tell the difference between the bottom one and the top one. That's pretty much good on the inside, so now I just got to do the same thing on the outside. Just open that up. Okay. Got a good little pile of plastic starting up here, guys. And don't try to take off too much at one time. Just take your time. I mean, don't really take a real long time. Now can you notice the difference between the thickness of these? Once you get it opened up like that, you can then feed your Velcro strap down through. Make sure you do it right the first time, because you don't want to do it twice. You can then feed your Velcro strap through. You can then pull it back up through. Still might have to do a little fiddling, guys. I'm not going to say that this is grab my pliers, guys. Once you get it past the label, it's good. Now, sometimes you have to open this, but I generally don't have to open that side. And just like that, guys, you got a Garage Life battery strap installed. Now, give me a minute. I'll do this other side off camera, and I'll bring you back when I have a lipo installed in here, just so you can see how it is. Okay, guys, so got both the battery straps in. Obviously, once you have the side guard back on, it'll hold that up a little better, but we don't really need to have that done. You can see it is pretty wide open now, but it doesn't cause any problems. So don't worry about that. I do it on the 4S Outcast, the XXL, the Mojave, every chassis I have like this gets done like this. So there's my pile of plastic, as you guys can see from me shaving it all off. Now, personally, depending on if it's my Outcast 4S or if it's my XXL that has the 6S system in it, I use different batteries. And as you can see, these batteries are all different heights. My 8200 high voltage 4S, I have a 6000 high voltage, and I have just an 8000 regular 4S. Now, this one mostly gets ran on my XXL, and this one gets ran in my 4S Outcast. These standard 8000s get ran in the Mojave, and I run them in the 8S Outcast. When I put these things in here, these being different heights with these battery straps, I always recommend some sort of pad. I know that they come with a little bit of a pad there, but I still always recommend a little more. You can buy these RC4S ones at Lit Decal. I'll link Lit Decals below. These are awesome little battery tray pads, and I typically have them just underneath my battery strap. I'll show you. Let me get it in here real quick. And I run these on all my cars, regardless of anything else. These are always still in here. You'll notice it in all my cars that I have these battery tray pads in here from Miguel over at Lit Decal. So this way, when I install one of these batteries, there's a little bit of cushion. Now granted, this don't have any of the blocks holding it forward and backwards because they're being used, but so when I run this bigger, thicker pack, I typically don't do anything. I just install it just like that. It works out great. It works with the side guards. You can get down in there. Now, since I use the same 300mm straps on all my cars, I typically, if I am going to run my 4S Outcast, or if one of these are dead and I want to keep running, so I switch over to this, I get these pads. This is, I don't know, I want to say maybe like a 1/4 inch thick pad, and I just lay it down inside there. Then I can install my lipo on top of it, and it makes it so there's a lot of protection, for one, in that these 300mm battery straps still go in about the same spot. Everything's nice and tight in there. It ain't going anywhere. And that's how I do it, guys. That's how I install the Garage Life RC 300mm Kevlar battery straps. If you guys haven't used any of these yet, I highly recommend it, especially if you're having problems with breaking these stock straps. Okay guys, so that's going to wrap up how we install these Garage Life RC battery straps. There will be links below in the description so you can get your battery straps, so you can get your battery tray pads. All that stuff will be linked below. There'll be links to the CNHL batteries. And if you guys haven't hit that like button, now would be a great time, and I'd appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber and you want to see more content like this on how to do mods like this, or how to upgrade your car, or if you just want to watch some serious bashing, hit that subscribe button, guys. And until next time, my name's Mike. This was the Garage Life RC battery strap install, and we are RC for us.